Hello everybody. Let's see. Is it streaming all right? All right. Well, this time we won't have any streaming problems with the sound, I hope. So welcome to the 3 people who are online. You're welcome to join the call. The link is, I'm going to share it with you quickly. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the best way to do that is here. All right, so you're welcome to join if you like. We're just getting started, so yeah, it's today is just a general hangout. We're taking it easy because last month was exhausting, and we've got some really big events coming up in the coming months. So for those who aren't aware, last month we teamed up with Randstad UX, and we were hosted at PwC Experience Center in Amsterdam. And yeah, we had 77 people turn up for the event, and we had 204 or 402 people, yeah, 402 people online. So it was very big, and we made it happen in 2 weeks. Due to some unforeseen circumstances which limited the original event. So lots of work, lots of panic, and we're doing it again next month, the month after that, and the month after that. And we have a massive event coming up in the summer. So yeah, next month we'll be having our event at Cognizant. So we'll do an immersive experience event. We'll open up with Marley Ritter from FedEx, and Cognizant will also present, and the theme will be accessibility. There are only 30 seats available, so if you want to attend, I would suggest that you subscribe to the newsletter, because we send out the invites via email first. Yeah, so on the day when we open the registration, we'll send a newsletter that the registration is open, and the first 30 respondents will get the seats. In April, we are collaborating with the Digital Society, Clubhouse, and School of Amsterdam, which is part of the University of Amsterdam. And that will also be a very interesting event, as well as in May we're collaborating with Côte d'Azur, and that will also be quite a big event. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then in the summer we will have an awareness week in which we will have multiple events. We'll have talks, presentations, discussions, and workshops, and it will be from companies and professionals. And yeah, a whole week of different events, jam-packed, and a really nice cool down Sunday with a little bit of a festival. So yeah, stay tuned. I think, yeah, we still have about half an hour before the session really gets started. So while we wait for people to join, I'll fill in the time by walking you through some parts of the platform and the portal for Randstad UX, so that maybe you can get a gearing of how to use it, and yeah, what it could mean for you. So First off, the platform lives on design in focus, but we've removed the design in focus navigation so that the portal is more centered around Randstad UX than design in focus. So when you get to the landing page, this is what you see. Using a really big screen, so generally it doesn't seem this disproportionate. Yeah, but it gives you a good understanding of where we're at. So yeah, this is the landing page, which is this icon here. And the landing page has got some general information. We've got the banners of our events. And then we have a little bit of information about where you can find us, so the groups where we're active, where you can start conversations and connect with your peers in the Randstad. We have some events. You can see the collaborators. These are the organizations, people, and companies that we work with. So for example, here you can see all of last month's people, and you can also go to the full page, which has, well, maybe it's better just to go to show you. Yes, so here you can find everybody who's already taken part, and all the persons that will come in the future will also be added here. These pages are good for the professionals because yeah, you get to learn as a professional, you get to learn from other professionals, but it also, if you are on the list, it gives you a certain type of visibility. And yeah, when we're finalized the building of the pages, the SEO will be very good, and that will also improve your findability and discoverability, making you a little bit more visible to companies and organizations seeking professionals to hire. The pages of the people involved differs a little bit, but are also quite the same. So this is Kurt Bakker. He's the head of experience and strategy insights at PwC, who hosted us last month. And on his page, you can get to learn a little bit about him. And yeah, well, also how to contact him. Some pages are more extensive than others. Here you can learn all about Ladies That UX, for example, and then, if it will load, Marika Peters. She was a panelist last month, so you can read about Marika, about the event. Some pages are more extensive. Let me just find an example. Ah, yes, this is Tiziana. So she presented in December, and here you can watch the event, and you can also download the presentation. And then below here are all the ways to contact her. So you can find her on LinkedIn, you can send her a message. You can find her experience portal here, and you can also find her, let me just show you, it's actually better. So, oh, what happened there? So she's also a member on the platform, and she will be writing articles soon. So you can see that she's an author, and she will be publishing mentoring and training. So you can see that she's a mentor and trainer. She works in design, and she's an editorial creator. So first off, authors on Design in Focus can write editorial content, which is published to the editorial gallery. So this is for anybody seeking a way to publish their articles and knowledge. Yeah, interesting stuff for CID professionals to read. CID, of course, is Creative Innovation and Design. And then also we have mentoring and training or educational programs. They're all for free, or the intention right now is to publish free programs. In the future, when we're a little bit more mature, we will implement a payment platform, and then you can start requesting funds for your training and mentoring or educational programs that you publish. Then the other link, which I must fix, which is broken. This takes you to Tatiana's experience portal. So experience portals are portals on which we showcase a little bit more the content that we create with various individuals on Design in Focus. So Design in Focus is the parent company of, or the parent organization of Randstad UX. Yeah, so in the future, Tatiana will also be creating podcasts with us. We've got our first one scheduled, and once that is active, you will find it here. You can already find her presentation for the Randstad UX event here, and you can see the groups which she's part of, and again, all the social links. Everybody who works with us usually are asked of an inspirational quote or words of advice, and this is just to create a little bit of public visibility for our people. Yeah, and then these pages sort of tell you about the person. So she works in design. The pillars that she participates in is industry talks, the human experience, the Dream Team Roundtable, and the Dark Side of the Force. She's a participant, educational program trainer. She's involved with networks and communities. She's an author, and she's also a member. All right, so yeah, that's a little bit about the way we link up professionals and showcase them. If you look at my my page on Randstad UX, not on Design in Focus, here you can read a little bit more behind Randstad UX and take your own time and sort of see what we do. So yeah, there is the events, of course. There's the Randstad UX Active. So this is, if you click here on the orientation icon, you go to the Randstad Active page. And here you can sign up to host us, to speak or present, to give workshops, or to collaborate with us. Then, of course, the collabs I've just explained. That's the people icon over here. The icons are already here. We have a notice board where professionals from around the Randstad or anywhere else serving the Randstad can post notices, yeah, notices, it sounds weird. Yeah, you can post a notice to your fellow peers in UX, or if you serve UX professionals, to make them aware of whatever you think is interesting. So for example, in this graphic you see that I posted about the UI UX book club in Amsterdam. So this is a community that I recently joined, and it's pretty awesome. It's headed by the fabulous Giselle Gazana, and it is very warm and welcoming, really nice people. But yeah, you can post hangouts here, you can post events, or ask for UX designers or UX perspectives or opinions. So yeah, generally the notice board is just to, yeah, it's like our own junk pages, I guess. There is a group. So I have not actually been working on the members area as much as I was hoping to, but essentially on the members area, I'd like to grow it in such a way that people can engage with each other. So if you've got a group like the Randstad UX group, you've got several people who join. When you go to the groups, yeah, I'll talk about that in a bit actually. Yeah, and then of course you can find us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and here you can find the links. So yeah, the participant pages are interesting for, or the collaboration pages are interesting for professionals who want to learn, but also who wants to showcase. So next in line we have the events page. So we want to showcase all the events around the Randstad and online that might be interested for participants or members in the Randstad. So we publish what we can, but you can also add an event. So if you create any sort of event that is interesting or relative to UX professionals, feel free to add the event. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's nice to have a logo or a banner, set the date, set the cost, which city, which link, what's the name. So here you can see no image was loaded, and here no date was added. So all we know is the creative innovative products with design thinking. It costs 85, it's online. And well, it's a little bit of information. Same here, no cost, no cost. This is what we published. It's a little bit more complete. So originally this event was set to happen last week. So last week I did have a session. A couple of people turned up, but actually because of the banner for this event, people thought it was the 23rd of February instead of the 17th. So that is why I'm having this again today. And I was kind of expecting, yeah, nobody is joined. I was kind of expecting some people to turn up because it was requested. So anyway, so yeah, here you can find a lot of events. This page will be improved in the coming time as well. So what's important to remember is that the entire Design in Focus platform, the business, every visual, editorial, all the content has been created by me, is maintained by me, is being developed by me. Solely at the moment, I have started onboarding volunteers, but only one remains. And yeah, I think people are more incentivized when there's financial gain. So until a couple of things happen, I can't really hire anybody or build the product as I see, but small steps and we'll get there. We do have a couple of companies that we're speaking to about sponsorship, and that's happening. We're finalizing some of the communications right now, and in the near future I will get some budget and then we can build better, bigger, stronger. So this icon here is of course the notice board. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I did mention that once we reach a certain amount of posts, then I will create a page for it. Right now it's part of the home page. But I'll create a separate page for it with filtering once we have sort of more information of if it's used and how it's used. And you can very easily post to the board. You don't need to include your private information, so no data is collected. It really is serving the community. On the orientation page, so I said I'd get back to that. Here again you can find the group and the social media, which you can also find in the left navigation. And you can subscribe. Well, you can subscribe on most pages, but at the moment the way that we're operating is we send out emails via subscription of events and happenings in the area. It is until we finalize other aspects, subscription is the best way to stay in tuned. I get this question quite frequently. People are missing some events and they want to find the future events, and this month I'm working on the next 3 months, so we're getting ahead slowly but surely. And in a couple of weeks I'm sure you wouldn't need to subscribe to the newsletter to find all the events, because then we'll have it mapped out nicely. But the newsletter can still be interesting. Yeah, we'll just include different news and updates from our end, but also from those in the network. So yeah, subscribe. And then, of course, the get involved you can do here. So if you like to host an event, here you can gain a little bit more insight into that, and you can also you can sign up. So again, very few required boxes. There's no data abuse. It's not like there's no affiliation with anybody where we take your information. So really all the information you provide is general public information, and it is kept as private as we decide to keep it. It's the same for if you'd like to get on stage, you can sign up for that, team up and collaborate. And then we have suggestions, requests, and topics and ideas. So for example, the summer event, I've put in a request for people who want to get involved, and yeah, my details. And then we've had a couple of requests from community members for topics. So yeah, if you have any topics, requests, suggestions, or ideas, please add them here, because it's very valuable to grow the network and make it relevant for people. Of course, we all want value, and we want the product to impact everybody positively. So whatever you want to say, you can say here. Yeah, and then of course support goes a long way, and the way that we're developing the platform is that we're getting some sponsorship, and we work on donations. But of course, sometimes people want to gain something in return, something visible, and therefore we have the merchandise, merc. So yeah, we've got the dark logo, the light logo, and then very quickly created puns here. Are you experienced? Are you excellent? Are you excited? So it's a little bit of fun humor, but it was created in one night, so it will also improve. But yeah, it's kind of cute. I think, you know, you can see a cup like this on a desk and be like, yeah, it's all right. So yeah, all the proceeds of the sold merchandise goes to the network. And it's important that we collect some funds, because, you know, for the people who present and talk, it would be nice to compensate them financially, or, you know, yeah, pay for cool events, get them gifts. Yeah, I mean, could be interesting. And then you can get in touch. And then of course there's the LinkedIn button. This is to the group. This is to Facebook, this is to mail us directly, and this is to go back to the Design in Focus platform. So the group looks like this. There's a discussion board, and on the discussion board we can have conversations and have chats with each other. We can share all kinds of content. There's media, so we can share media with each other. We can find other members, and this way you can connect and network with others. There's the About section, and of course the Events section. There's a new person. Do I have everybody? Yeah. Yeah, so basically you can go to a person's profile. Why is it opening in a new window? It's not supposed to happen. And here again we arrive at Tatiana, as you saw before. So the group exists on Design in Focus. and design in focus is is the tool for the network Randstad UX. So design in focus, briefly for those who do not yet know, it is a platform and multimedia channel dedicated to CID, creative innovation and design. So we create multimedia content, including podcasts, web shows, articles, and so forth. And and we also serve CID professionals through educational programs, networks, communities, and and a couple of other things like the groups and the forum and also the awards. So here in the factions, these are the different people that we work with. Here you find all the platform members. You can find our volunteers, the Randstad UX collabs, which of course, all right, the collabs which links to the people that you saw. So this is the collabs. You can find them under the factions as well. So as the platform grows, say now we have a network for let's say innovators, and the people who partake on that network wants publicity, then we also add that here. So in the future, this will become like a page on its own with all the different factions found on Design in Focus. And then the networks and communities, of course, you've seen the Randstad UX page. This is a bespoke page, but there's also a networks and communities list. So this is a repository list, a database of networks and communities from around the globe. And yeah, just general listing pages. So when you come here, you can see that there are external pages and they are active on Design in Focus. So if you look at the Design Leadership Forum, they're external. And if you look at Randstad UX, you can see that it's Design in Focus. Now, Randstad UX is a flagship network of Design in Focus, but of course we also enable individuals free from Design in Focus to use the platform to start their own networks and communities. And so you can have the Design in Focus icon, but still be an external body. So you just use us to schedule your events, to create a group and speak to your members there and to share content there, and maybe to have a bespoke portal. So Randstad UX is Design in Focus bespoke, and then here's a bespoke portal for Ladies That UX. So I've just started working on this, and this will be expanding significantly in the future. You can filter it. So for example, if you're looking for a Design in Focus page and you're looking for something in Amsterdam and you're looking for design, you can sort it, and here you can find the networks and communities related to that. So this list will be populated a little bit more in the future, but it's a good way for CID professionals to find relevant networks and communities that will enable them and upskill them and create sort of connection. I find networks and communities very, very valuable as a professional. It keeps you in the conversation, you learn things, you make connections. Only pluses in networks and communities. There's a lot of value and impact there, and of course that is the appeal. So this is the members area. If you look here, you can sort of see the different badges that people have. Each badge has a different meaning. Yeah, and you can learn more about what the badges mean here. But yeah, it just sort of tells you about the person and yeah, what they do. This is the Ladies That UX experience portal. Has nobody joined the call yet? No. This is the lady. Am I in the right link? Yes. Yeah, so the Ladies That UX experience portal. This is it. 1 second, please. All right, all is good. Yeah, so of course you can see it's a standard experience portal, more or less. It's got the same sort of header with an image, the title, and a little summary, what they talk about. Here is some editorial content, a little bit about Talk UX. You can find our collaborations, so for example, how we've collaborated with the Utrecht chapter and Kimberly Snoel. This is a collab event that we had for Randstad UX last month. And yeah, this is a little bit about Claudia Miller from the Amsterdam chapter and how we've collaborated. You can find their podcasts, their publications, and their talks here. So it's a little bit of extra visibility and it's quite nice. If we go... Just make it all. If we go check out... Oh, no. I'll just remove all of this. Yes, because of course it's not global, it is Amsterdam. So if you look at the Ladies That UX Amsterdam listing page, community or network listing page, you can find the link, you can join them, you can read a little bit about them, find all of their other social links, and then you can of course see how we collaborated. This is last month's event. Oh, what did I click? Oh. Okay. Yeah, so that was not the best recorded event, but it was most certainly a very cool live event. So yeah, that's the bespoke pages and the listing pages. We can compare the Randstad UX listing page to the portal. So on the portal it's more extensive. You know, we really include as much information as we can, while as the listing page is just an overview of networks and communities, and it's more for people who just want to learn about them and maybe get involved that way. So yeah, I think that's basically it in a nutshell. Nobody has joined the call yet. So how shall I fill in the time? I think it would be fair that if in, let's say, yeah, by 20 past, I'll be generous. So if nobody has joined in 16 minutes, then I will end the session. I was hoping to have a conversation because some of the topics that I added to the orientation page was specifically requested for this session, so I did start some preparation, yeah, and was hoping to talk about some of these topics, but otherwise I think, yeah, if it doesn't happen, I'll just I'll just end the session and wait for next month's events when it's a little bit more interesting and we have a specific theme and specific topics that we'd cover. So actually I can talk a little bit about the summer event. So basically, since I started Design in Focus last year, a lot of my interactions has been not by choice, but I mean, if I could choose it, it's a good choice. But it wasn't intentional, and yet I've fallen into the middle of a batch of professionals and organizations who are serious professionals who really want to make an impact with their efforts. And so ethics and responsibility, whether it's as professionals or as organizations, has really been central to the majority of my interactions. To give you an indication of that, I speak to an average of 14 times 7. I don't know. I speak to a couple of hundred people a week, and the majority of my conversations center around positivity, good things, good vibes. And so I decided to create an event for that. Following last month. So basically, we had to scramble and find some people for the event in a very short time frame. And so I contacted a good chunk of my network, and I got so many good responses that I kind of had to turn a lot of good people away from the event. But of course, I'd like to have them present, talk, or give workshops because they are inspiring. And so I came up with the Design for Tomorrow Awareness Week. So during this week, we'll have various events, as I've mentioned already. And we'll have it all over the Randstad region. And we'll tackle things like human-centered design, ethical design, accessibility, sustainable design, empathy, social design, design impact, communication and awareness, connected experience design, responsible design, circular design, and I guess any other topic that anybody wants to add. But these are the strongest topics within my own network that's at the top of my mind. I've just started working on this event, so it will be more extensive and more focused in the coming weeks. And then, of course, here too, we're looking for people who can host us, who can take the stage, and who'd like to team up and collaborate. So what is in it for people who want to team up and collaborate? I'll show you in just a second. So actually, while we're on the homepage, Ethical Design with Tina Fulbe, she was one of my first participants, and of course very relevant to this theme. And here I'm just gonna play this video for you quickly. So that's our teaser video. Now if we come all the way to the bottom over here, you can see our collaboration and sponsors as an organization. I need to change that link. Sponsors. So for the January event, PwC sponsored us. They hosted the event. And here of course you can see that there is a supporting shoulder. That's the badge that they received. You can find a little bit about the company, and you can find the event. And then of course we present all our stakeholders with badges, or not stakeholders, all our sponsors with badges indicating their contribution. Let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see that Kurt Bakker and his team got the supporting shoulder badge for hosting us. This is the little badge, and they get a certificate like this, which is of course nice to print out and show off, saying, hey, look, we're doing some good stuff in the world. So yeah, there are some information here. That's the sign up to become a sponsor. Let's go back. Sponsors. Well, actually, so if you do the onboarding, which is under the factions, if you're interested in sponsoring, you can read more about it here. So here are the 3 programs of sponsoring that we work with. And for donations or sponsoring, you can also help us in specific regions. So for example, if you want to help us with Restream, that's 41 euros a month, and that will enable us to stream better. Yeah. But yeah, of course, this is for helping us. But your contribution, your sponsoring doesn't only have to be design in focus. So it can also be like, for example, hosting a network or community event that is seen as sponsorship. So you can sponsor other organizations to collaborate, or professionals to grow. So maybe your company has a couple of designers who you'd like to support. Then you can maybe give them a couple of days off to give a couple of workshops. That's sponsoring. So there's a lot of ways to do some good, I would say, and make an impact. And what else is there? Nobody has joined this call yet. Well, let's see. 8 more minutes, people. And there is nobody even live. Wow. That's it hurts. That hurts. All right. So where are we at? The galleries. This is design in focus. I'm sure this is not the right time for design in focus because this is Randstad UX, and this is everything to do with UXers in the Randstad. So the event section, like I said, is being updated, and when that is in place, I will be I'll be contacting everybody who's in the subscribe list to let them know that it's complete, and that will be quite interesting for everybody. We have 7 more minutes to fill. I'll just stick it out another 7 minutes, even though nobody is online. How dare you? No. It's just a hangout. We had it last week, so you're forgiven if I'm forgiven for not bringing or creating a really cool event. Alright, so actually let's check out the merchandise store. It's kind of boring. I mean, I like the are you experienced, are you excellent, and are you excited themes, but the design needs a little bit of work. So basically the way it works is that you can look at our different products with the different logos. So, where is the plane? Are you excellent? Are you experienced? Are you excited? We also have the clear logo, don't we? Alright, so are you excited? That's all. Are you excited? It's all the same. Let's see. Where are the rest? Are they all just... Oh, okay, all? Oh, I thought we had some basic logo items as well. I can't find them. Did I delete them? Well, anyway, so yeah, there's a whole range of products that could be interesting. I think like this is very cute. It's yeah, a nice shirt for a guy. It's very good quality. So the dropshipper that we're using here is Spreadshop. Spreadshop is based in Germany and their products are really high quality. That's also why the price is a little bit steep. But all proceeds do go to the to the network, and it will help us build better and stronger and enable more people to do more. So this is actually one of my favorite products. This is a hoodie dress. How cute is that? Yeah, I think you can tell that I've been in the fashion industry for a couple of years because yeah, I'm quite I quite like my designer items. Oh, this is quite cool. That's a super long t-shirt for guys. Yeah, and we've got some basic stuff, basic t-shirts, mugs, all types of things really. So there are organic products, there are products for men, women, accessories, and then also, of course, the stickers. So if we just go to home and we go to stickers. I don't have that logo. That's really strange because here you can see on this product we had the logo items. Now those two products are not visible for some reason. But yeah, any of these are kind of cute, right? All right, okay, so I think 3 minutes left. We have 4 people watching online. Are you going to join the call? The link is in the comments. If nobody joins in 2 minutes, then I will end the session. Yeah, so let the countdown begin. What else can I do to fill the last 2 minutes, possibly? Yeah, so I think we can talk a little bit about this. So hosting an event for companies who are considering hosting a network or community event, I think it's a really good opportunity to address your ESG and CSR, so your social, how you perceived your social image. So as an identity experience designer, I merge user experience with identity design. So how do people experience your brand? And you know, a brand can be experienced very positively through creating or hosting network or community events, because of course the professionals are very grateful. You're doing a service to professionals, and so that's a very humane, good way to be perceived. So host an event if you want some brownie points within the CID community, or specifically the UX community in the Randstad. Talking of presenting, yeah, so basically you can engage in any way that you want in future events. The next few months until May, we don't have any openings because those spots have already been filled. But after May, June, and also for the summer event, There are opportunities to talk, to present, to do workshops, whichever way you'd like to engage with your peers to, yeah, to take the stage and sort of share your knowledge, share your skills, share your ideas. So yeah, you can sign up here for it. And then teaming up and collaborating. So for January, of course, I've mentioned it a few more times. A few times too many, but yeah, the January event we teamed up with Randstad UX Amsterdam to bring the collaboration event design for good ethics and AI, and that created a really nice atmosphere because we had some different audiences. I think Randstad UX have got a very young, vibrant audience, while as my network is a little bit more, middle to C-suite professionals. So our own events are a little bit more mature. So it was really nice to have this merger between the very young audience and the more experienced audience. And then collaboration. So for example, for the summer event, we'll be collaborating with a couple of companies, also with people, and in collaboration we create events or any sort of engagement with a unified goal. So for example, if you're a company working with UX and you're focused on a specific topic, let's say accessibility, and you want to engage a little bit more with the UX professionals regarding accessibility, we could collaborate and create something. So for example, you can say, hey, Randstad UX and Candice, we have this goal and this is your goal, and let's see what we can make out of it. And for this, we can be as creative as we like, as long as we create value that impacts our professionals positively. The sky's the limit. And so I think with that I've talked enough. It's been almost an hour. I don't see anybody joining, so I'm going to bid you farewell. And for the dozen or so who came on the live event on LinkedIn, thank you for watching. Here we go. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you at one of our future events. Next month we'll have the event on the 23rd of March. April and May, the dates are not set yet, so we have to confirm a few more details. So the first event next month, 23rd, that is exactly a month from now. And for the rest, thank you and goodbye.